So hello. Lately I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube about overland trailers and the builds that people have been doing. And it got me thinking that I needed to update my overland trailer. So I'm going to give you a little walk down of my overland trailer as it is now, and then what I plan on the new one. So this is a Rhino Rack batwing awning. So this is a 270-degree awning that actually wraps around the back. Then of course we have our Wild Coast tents, rooftop tent. This one is the Sandpiper. See here, I have 31-inch tires. It's sitting on 3,500-pound axles. Of course I got my propane here. I have a storage box just for stuff like tent pegs and stuff like that you don't mind getting wet. I have grab handles so you can get up and access the top. Little platforms there. Of course I got some lights. Got propane tanks on both sides, 5-pound tanks. So when everything's set up, you don't even have to take it out, you can just hook it up right there. 40 liters of water, 2 water jugs, one on each side of course. And then my solar panels. I contemplated for quite a while on where to mount the solar panels so I could charge them while we were driving. And I was thinking on the roof on top of the tent, but then you got to take them off, and then on the side. So I went back and forth, and then finally I came up with the idea of just putting them on the back doors. So I have them bolted through the back doors, and I have a really dense foam here to stop any vibrations. So of course there's 2 panels, they're 25 watts each. So with these panels being on the back door like this, as you're driving you can actually charge the batteries, because when you're out camping or whatever, it's fine if you go to a spot and you're set up for a few days or whatever like that. But if you're doing a lot of traveling, then you want to be able to charge the batteries as you're driving. Because usually by the time you get to where you're going, it's later in the day, you don't have a lot of sunlight left. So anyway, with these panels, these doors come right off. Then you can take the panel and set it out. You can stand it up, so this is adjustable like that. So all you have to do is just take the door off, set out the stand, and then you can put it in direct sunlight. I have a long enough cable so even if you park the tent in the shade, you can still get the solar panels out 20 feet out into direct sunlight. So that worked out really well, and I'm quite pleased with how that came out. So this is the inside of the trailer. So I have some lights here, or the inside, on the back and on the side of the trailer. I have my charge controller there. But as you can see, it's pretty much just an open box. So everything you put in, you have to put in containers or whatnot, and then when you get to where you're going, you have to haul it all out, which is the problem, because you have to take everything out. You have to set up the tables and put your stove on the table and all that. So with the new trailer, I'm hoping to build a sliding system where you just pull up, you open up a flat and pull out the stove and stuff. Now you can't see it from there, but in the front of the trailer, I have a the front half of the trailer is on an actual slide. So once you get all this stuff out, you don't have to go in and crawl in the trailer and pull stuff out. It's all on a platform that's on rollers, and it rolls out to the back of the trailer here, so you can just take it off. And then I have a shelf up top for some of the stuff you don't use that often. I've had this trailer for many years, but we've only recently put a rooftop tent on it, and it was probably about 2 summers ago. But we've had lots of camping trips since then, and a couple of things we've learned, that in order to use the annex, which is the spare room on the rooftop tent, the trailer has to be high enough so you can walk underneath the tent, so you get full use of the annex. So the tent flips open to this side, and then the annex of course goes here. So that makes that you have limited options about the height of your trailer because you need to use the annex. Being that high, you have to climb up onto the step and then up there to get the zipper off the rooftop tent all the way around, and then we have to bring a little 3-step ladder with us to get the window supports in and stuff like that. So the main problem we have with this setup is that because the tent is so high that it's kind of a pain that like, it's not bad when you get to where you're going and setting up, but when you have to pack everything up on a cold, rainy Sunday morning because you got to head back to town, it really sucks because you have to climb up there and you have to get the cover on the tent, and then you have to put the zipper all the way around, and you have to do that from a elevated stance. So that's really a pain. So that's something I want to try to fix with the new trailer I'm going to build, which brings us to that, and I'll take you over there and show you that now. Alright, so this is the new trailer I'm building. I got a pretty good start on it. So just a little bit about this one. It's made out of 3-inch channel. The main frame is made out of 3-inch channel iron. I have a 2-inch receiver on the front here. This will allow you to extend the tongue if you need to. So the main base of the trailer is a 5x5 frame. It's got 31-inch tires on it, 3,500 pound axle with 3,500 pound springs. But I've taken one leaf out of each of the springs just to soften the ride a bit. But it still has the 3,500 pound axle. So as I said with the other trailer, because the tent is up so high, it's sometimes it's a pain to get up there and fold up the tent and put the zipper and stuff on and the cover. So with this one, I want to make it so everything's at shoulder height, so that when the tent is on, you can put the zipper on and the cover and the straps and all that easily from the ground without climbing on anything. And in order to do that, in order to make it so that when you need to use the annex and you want to be able to walk underneath the tent and stand up in the annex, you still have to have the tent up higher than your head. So I've come up with a solution, I believe. And what that is that I've retrofitted a lift cart. And so the tent is going to sit on this hydraulic cart. So it's going to be sitting, the tent will be sitting flush here, like that. And then when you want to use the tent, you'll just jack it up. And then that gives you another 28 inches of height that the tent will sit on, and then you got plenty of room to walk underneath the tent and the awning, because you want to have the awning up high. You're going to have your camp kitchen set up like that, so you want to be able to stand underneath that. And this is going to give you plenty of height to walk underneath. So this is a 350 pound lift cart. So the tent, I believe, is 130 pounds. So once the tent is up and in place, you would just flip down the supports, and then 2 people can climb in the tent, no problem, and it won't sag because it'll have the supports there to hold. So today I'm making a box for the propane tank, to hold the propane tank on the back of the trailer. I'm going to make 2 of them. So my plan is just to make a box so the propane tank can sit down inside, and then put some foam padding in there. I'll put a piece on the front here, and then have either like a ratchet strap or some kind of clamp just to hold that in. And then my plan is to attach this to the back side of the fender like I do have on my other trailer.